Hello everybody and welcome back to the Realistic Formula Championship Division 1 in Season 9. We're here in Barcelona for the Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix, starting our trips to Europe this season. And well, it's around this circuit that has hosted the Spanish Grand Prix since 1991. It's not hosting the Spanish Grand Prix this season because of Madrid, but well, 33 laps to come. A lot of elevation changes, which makes it interesting. It was also the sign-up track, which makes it interesting to compare the lap time. Stefano Samson won here last season to win his third in a row to start last season. And well, these are the tyre compounds, hardest compound of tyres. The circuit very much demanding on those tyres, so have to take care of them in the race for the drivers. The session just got started, and yeah, it would have been funny if it was a couple minutes before that I started doing that intro, because my alarm, my phone just, it has, hang on, I saw in the chat someone say, yeah, my phone was just going mental saying about wildfires, so that's interesting. But anyway, we're live on 2 different platforms. I'll just see if I can pull up the chat for TikTok people. Okay, so speaking on there. I can see people, I can see someone saying, I can't wait. So, can't wait to go now, because the session is underway. And I see I've had a ping. Hopefully it's bad. I think it might have just been the TikTok dying. So luckily we get away with it. And well, Edward Isham here is the first one in the queue. But meanwhile, before the first lap starts, as Nico leaves the session, I'm going to put up the driver's standings. Hopefully I can still see. Yeah. Those are the standings. And will Cookie, 75 points, a lot of points, missed the last race and still has a 20-point advantage. I mean, that is kind of helped from Adam Dick slamming into the barrier in Saudi Arabia on the last lap. But yeah, it is there. Isham's on the different compound, so he's on the Inters, and we're not really watching lap with too much attention. But constructors as well, Mercedes really doing well. Cadillac, the only team without a point. And yeah, time to actually focus on the action on the track, with Borges here going to get maybe a little bit held up here by Edward Isham, who will just put out of the way sensibly so as well. And I didn't really see what the first sector was, but sector 2 splits 52.7. And then SV always does warm-up laps, so he won't be, yeah, Toya there about 9/10 quicker. As well, Borges rounds the final corner of turn 14. Of course, that got changed back to the old layout back in 2023. And it's a lot more nice and flowing compared to the previous chicane, which was there before. Danny 3/10 off the Williams time. And then we got Vibe there, who's, I think, changed his name, which is slightly annoying, but maybe I can update that very quickly. And there we go. Cookie absolutely flying, as you'd expect. We've come to see this a lot in RFC since he started here last season, driving for Williams, and now up to the line in the Mercedes, to the top by 6.5 tenths, and there's a 13.2, which is quite good. Obviously, it's a Cookie lap. It will be good. SV pushing on his Alpine, but actually he's backed off here, so things gone wrong for him. And now we look at Ghosts. who had, well, Ghosts with a bit of a slide, almost spins into the barriers, Charles Leclerc style maybe, but stays away from it. But his lap is gone, and we have to watch Anderson instead. I was going to say Ghosts got a lot of track limit penalties last week, just really in that Audi car, obviously doesn't really have the best performance at all. And so he was just kind of having a fun race, trying to compete as high up as he could. But obviously went over the track limits quite a lot, but I'm not sure he really cared about that too much. It was more fun just to be racing, trying to get into the points on the track at least. And well, Anderson here as well also did race last week. And well, into the final couple of corners, Anderson will go. And we'll have a couple slower laps that he will definitely go above. And can he go ahead of the Cadillac? Yes, he can. And 5th place for the moment. And, well, Ratcliffe. Slightly deep there, maybe, through the left-hander. And now turn number 9, obviously, flat out. But Cadillac, yeah, not having anywhere near the levels of downforce of a lot of the cars. I mean, he's just doing a warm-up lap as well. So we'll look to Varkish in the Williams and see if he's doing a competitive time. He's done, I think he should be. Nope, he's just doing a warm-up lap as well. So Nico will be next. And he is pushing because you see the battery. He's having some connection issues, I can see. That is an interesting view of a tractor there on the side of the track. It's a recovery vehicle. But I can imagine this is why Nico might have disconnected from the session before. Because he's channeling his inner Melts here. And up to the line, goes all over the grass. I don't think he actually did that. And, well, he's gone into P5 with Ghost just settling him behind. Yeah, new teleportation technology didn't seem to give the lap time there, but we'll see. Nico has performed well this season. He's certainly been, well, he's got points for Aston multiple times. Got into Q3 as well back in Bahrain. Night Owl's gone P3, a second off Cookie, who's done a better lap, into the 1 minute 12s. And, well, here's AMS Jammy, who's making his debut. And, well, round in the final corner. I mean, couldn't you say that, Martin? Because I'm kind of busy right now, if you can't tell. Jammy goes P2 with a purple final sector. Smith goes into P5. And then we get to see first chance of seeing Robin Hyder driving in Division 1. Obviously got moved from Division 2, but driving in his fabled Ferrari. And we're only 3/10s down from Cookie so far, so this is looking good for Robin. And, well, in towards the final few corners, we'll see the speedy carries through turn number 14. Doesn't lift the throttle. Up to the line. Purple final sector, P2. Great time for the Ferrari. As Edward Isham gets to the line and goes up to P8. As SV, currently down in P16, doesn't have a competitive time. Looking to change that, though, as he gets over the line. And P9 got into Q3 a few times. I believe he's had some difficulties with the game just crashing. I mean, I've had the difficulties as well, so LOL invalidates the final corner. The difficulties with the game are frustrating, and hopefully we don't have any to talk about today. Obviously, Nico having different difficulties. And, well, Duffy now looking to get himself out of that elimination zone. And P10 for the moment, just behind SV. A lot of drivers, very close lap times out there, really. Obviously, Cookie in a bit of a world of his own, and then Hyder as well, quite far clear of his teammate. And then Toya leading home a lot of cars within a few tenths of himself. But the Williams doing a good job to get himself up into P4 at the moment. Obviously, only goal is to get a time that's good enough for Q2. And well, Night Owl's already decided that he's got a time good enough. And Saban now, who got a podium last time out after Bryn Evans disconnected and had to join back. Bryn Evans finished P4 in the end. He did have P3 when he disconnected. And Saban over the line now, and purple final sector. P3, Jamie comes in. Won't need to do another lap, I don't think, in this session, as Nisev on the way towards turn number 10. 1.1 seconds up on Ghost. No purple sectors for Nisev so far on this first flying lap. Nisev qualified P2 last week and was in the fight for victory as well, but he chose a different strategy, and strategy didn't really work out in the end, and Adam Dick just had the pace. P2 though, just in behind Cookie, so good first lap for Nisev. Isham comes in, and then we look at SV again, who has a spin. See on the exit of turn number 13, and I don't think he was finding time anyway, just seeing if there was anything left in that lap, and there just wasn't, as Adam Dick, who's taken 3 pole positions in a row, coming into this round, looking to see if he can upset the Mercedes again, and Lowell get the better time on the board, or gets her time on the board, and he's in P16, and Adam Dick purple in the middle sector. So looking good so far. I think he was 3/10 down though on the first sector time that Nisev did, so although he did find time in the middle, lost time in the first sector, you would kind of expect that with the straight line speed advantage the Mercedes has. But Adam Dick, another purple sector in sector 3, and it's once again close margins between the top 2 as Ghost comes in, and Ratcliffe, who did make it into the lobby in the end. I don't know if Nico got back in or not, but I'll just throw him an invite regardless. And well, Ratcliffe 2/10 down on Nico so far on this lap. Could place himself into about 17th or 18th though, maybe 19th. It's going to be close around that region, but actually loses quite a bit more time last sector, so P21, slowest time. And Varkish not improving. The Bard Tsunami, who, well, qualified P22 back in Jeddah, actually got driver of the day in the end for his comeback in that race. I think he might be doing a warm-up lap here. I was going to say, he did a lap right at the end of the session, took a big risk and invalidated his time, which was really, really costly. And it meant he got knocked out. Nisev finding time in the middle sector on another lap on the same set of tyres. Cookie's actually gone out on a brand new set of tyres again, so he'll looking to raise his margin of lead over Adam Dick at the top of the timings. Nisev improves but stays P3. And Danny on an improved lap. Catches the grass on the inside though. And Clyde not finding time, but Danny on the way. He did lead a few laps, well, a few laps behind the safety car in Jeddah when he stayed out. Actually kind of worked in the end because there was just carnage behind with all the people who'd boxed. And then Danny was able to avoid all that by just being with the front runners. And well, here he goes, rounding the final sector now. Through turn number 12. No annoying bump on the exit of that corner anymore, I don't think, at least. And turn number 14, comfortably ticked off for the Haas driver. And well, he stays and doesn't improve his time. Jammy here on the same set of tyres again, trying to do an improved time. Won't need it to get through, I don't think, but we'll see what he can do regardless. As I think both Cadillacs are on another lap, and actually Ratcliffe is just ahead of Jammy here. And well, Jammy not finding time so far, and Ratcliffe may be finding a little bit of time, but not enough to escape that elimination zone right now. And well, Porges is not doing a lap. Robin is, though, on another lap, and he's found a green first sector. Ratcliffe goes up to P20 as Jammy's backed off and into the box. And now we get to see Robin Hyder again take us through. And well, certainly had impressive pace with that first time he put on the board, and finding even more time now. As well, a little bit of traffic ahead. The Aston Martin of Edwards. Yellow flags being waved around this final sector as well as Senor Ghost invalidates his time. So, yeah, he was on a push lap, wasn't particularly finding time, but not going to be ideal. Could have fuel though to go again. Round the final corner with Robin Hyder as Vide jumps up to P11. Robin improves his time, but not his position. And Anderson now on the way as SV as well, improving in the first sector. And Anderson down towards turn number 10. And again, it's off. Nico's time seems to just be a bit of a gap between P16 and the rest, but Lol looking to change that. He's not found time in the first sector either. So can anyone do anything to knock the Aston Martin out? The Barcelona is on another outlap. It's going to be another one-lap job as Anderson 3/10 away from Nico's time. I don't think Nico's got back into the session yet, though. He was having difficulties. Martin said that he could change something on the telemetry to improve those issues, but we'll see if he can get through. He's not going to be able to do another lap now. He's in the pits regardless, and Lol backing off. So he'll try and go again, I guess. He should have fuel for one more lap in this session. And the Bard Tsunami as well, winding up in the first sector. And only just outside Nico's time, but the real time should be found in Sector 2. And Isham up to P9. That should be comfortably through for the Aston Martin. Ahead of Finley Smith, actually, in the Red Bull. So great lap from Edward Isham. And Ghosts now around in the final sector. We'll see the Bard Tsunami sector time come through. And, well, he's outside of Nico's time. It's going to be so close to whether Nico can get through or not. What can Ghost do? Ghost to the line. Up to P17. Not that far at all behind the time from Nico. Very impressive lap from Senor Ghost. What can the Bard Tsunami do now? He runs wide, stays wide, tries to get it to the line, crashes, finishes P18. It was an interesting tactic, but well, it didn't invalidate his time. But he certainly, yeah. That wasn't ideal at all, but now we look to see what LOL can do actually first. LOL over 2/10 down on Nico so far. Porges. What's Porges looking like? Over 3/10 down. Duffy looking to do an improved time. He should be okay, though, in the current position he's in. And LOL rounds the final corner to the line. P18. And now we find Porges round the final corner in the Cadillac. Can he get that through to the next part of qualifying? No, misses out. And I think we are done for the drivers getting knocked out. Anderson, I think, is pushing, but is slower. And Duffy, round the final corner, doesn't need this lap. Goes up to P9 regardless, good time. Anderson has come up here, but as you can see, Anderson not going. So that leaves the bottom six as Senor Ghost, LOL, the Bard Tsunami, Porges, Anderson, and Ratcliffe. And Nico, who's in the chat, yeah, has made it through by very fine margins over the Audi of Senor Ghost, but he's made it despite not being here for most of the session, despite doing that one lap with even laggier connection than Melts. He has he has made it. And if he can rejoin the session, he will be, yeah, he'll be able to compete for higher grid spots. Edward as well, and the other Aston Martin doing a very good job. And there is the order for the session. And Nico's back in, so excellent. Someone saying, yes, Nico, on the TikTok chat. There we go. Nico has some fans on TikTok. He also has a lot more fans on his own TikTok as well. But yeah. Time for Q2. So, session just beginning. I'll fix Vide's name properly now. Everything session. It's PR Vide. SDR. What am I saying? Can't even read. I might finish. So, drivers immediately getting out in this session. There's no chance of rain or anything. What I can see, just sunny weather to come for this qualifying session. And well, first driver on a lap will be Vide with stream of cars behind. Meanwhile, we'll have a little check-in with the current driver standings. Obviously, I did show it at the start of the last session, but have a look again and see that gap that Cookie has got. See Adam Dick making a charge, seeing if he can close that gap or whether Cookie will win again. Cookie obviously winning the first 3 races. But, well, firstly, here's Vide to begin Q2 here in Barcelona. And down into the first braking point. Maybe running slightly wide, but not too bad. You can kind of try and bash all over the curbs if you want. What was the Q1 standings? The Q1 standings is basically the order that you see on the left-hand side. Once people start a lap, it puts them back to their order from Q1. So you see Cookie goes back to P1 now. And when Smith crosses the line, he'll go up a little bit. And we'll Vide through turn number 9. And well, these are used tyres for the Haas, so can't expect too much on this lap itself. Varkish a few tenths up. Vide having a little bit of a wobble there on the exit turn 11. And then into turn 12. Uses the exit curb. And now important to keep it within track limits through turn number 14 on the exit. And does. And to the line. Sets a 14.4. And then Varkish sets a 13.8. Jamie with a 13.5. Danny with a 14.0. His times come in super quickly. And Salmon 13.4, if I didn't say that already. And Night Owl about half a second away. Nisev then tops the times. As SV round the final corner. Just in P8, the slowest time we've seen. Toya P4. Cookie looking to go to the top of the times again as he crosses the line. And he does by 0.3 of a second. Ahead of his teammate as Nico seems to be warming up. Smith runs wide. Doesn't invalidate him. Gets to the time. And he goes P8. Nico warming up. at the moment. Actually broken his wing somehow, so unsure how that's happened. But yeah, he has got a broken front wing. You can see both end plates missing on that Aston Martin. And well, the Aston Martin already not a quick car, but with those end plates gone, that car will not be going anywhere that quickly at all. And well, needs to be careful on the pit entry, make sure he doesn't slam into the barrier. That, well, Napiologe hit in Division 3, actually teleported in then back out onto the track, which actually got him right on the apex where a Red Bull was coming through to set a lap. So that did get put under investigation. There's no verdicts done yet for Division 3 because there's about 14 tickets. So yeah, they will be done eventually. Division 2 a lot calmer with about 3 tickets. And Division 1 had about 1 ticket last week, so at least Division 1 did something good, because the previous week in Jeddah, Division 1 did not have 1 ticket, it had a lot. But Adam Dick, now seeing how he can compare to Cookie, and well, once again, very quick in Sector 2, he got purple Sector 2 and 3 in the last session when he did his lap. See if he can do the same now. Obviously way up on Vide. That's not really the kind of comparison we'll see, because we'll now see him round the final corner and see if he can take top of the timing page. He goes P2, but once again, very, very close margins between those top 2. Are there any divisions where you tolerate TC? There are, which is all of the divisions. the actual assists that are allowed are the same in all the divisions. So you're allowed ABS, TC, racing line. There's no like braking assist or steering assist or those kind of things. Pit lane, like when it puts the speed limit on for you going into the pits. So Hyder warming up. And someone must, I think Duffy. Yeah, down to turn 1. As we ride on board through turn number 3, obviously comfortably flat out. Not some of these corners maybe slightly ruined with the whole battery charging situation where not carrying full speed, and well, car on the left and car on the right going into turn number 5, but they both get out the way. Well, one of them by going off track, the other one by just keeping far to the left. And Duffy now through this middle sector, medium speed corners, now high speed turn 9, and comfortably flat out down towards turn number 10. This was actually changed, I want to say back in 2021, slightly tweaked. Turn 10. And well, here comes Duffy as Vide finding time. Sector 1 over Danny. Nico finding time but not on himself. And Duffy just misses out on getting in to the top 10, so need to go again. Not really surprised though. Robin as well is on a lap. I think he's actually ahead of a few people, so we'll just kind of squeeze him back onto the screen first, as he's going to round the final corner and surely comfortably get himself out of that elimination zone. And he goes P1. Half a tenth ahead of Cookie. On brand new tyres though, compared to Cookie's old tyres. So Vide invalidating on the outside there on the exit. Really not ideal. As Night Owl in the Red Bull, currently down in P9. His teammate Finley Smith down in P10 as well, which really isn't ideal, but over the line for Night Owl, and does improve his standing, as SV as well gets out of the bottom 6, pushes Finley Smith down to being in that elimination zone, not getting through. So Cookie's on another push lap, but he's very slow because he's on massively used tyres, so I won't pay too much attention to that. Cookie will get through on these older tyres regardless. Varkish coming in, and now the season 7 champion Nisev, driving for Red Bull at that time, driving for Red Bull last season as well until the end, where, well, he kind of stepped back and then drove for the last race in McLaren, picked up a victory, which was his only victory of last season. He hasn't picked up a victory yet this season, but we'll see what he can do. Surely it's going to come at some point, especially with the pace of that Mercedes car. And over the line with Nisev, improves time but not position, gets himself a bit closer though to the top, could be comfortably through. And Nico jumps up to P10. Great lap from the Aston Martin driver. Toya improves his time but not his position. And well, Nico currently sneaking through by very slender margins of 2 milliseconds. And Finley Smith 4/10 up on Nico, so Nico's time of being in the top 10 might be short-lived, but he'll have time to go again, so there's always the chance. And well, Varkish really needs a better time as well. He's only not that far ahead of Nico's time, and then there's a bit of a gap for the cars ahead, which Finley Smith has got himself into within 7/10 of the quickest time. So 2 McLarens on another lap. Adam Dick on new tyres, but not really setting the world alight, but he's not really been quick in the first sector all session. Been quick in sector 2 and sector 3, as I said before, so McLaren obviously, as I said as well, straight line speed not where it does best, and the Ferrari is actually the least draggy car down the straights, according to the game files, so yeah, we will. I mean, obviously, this must be talked about in real life about their engine and how it's underpowered, but the actual car itself, according to the F1 game, does well down the straights. Saban up to P4, as Adam Dick now found a purple sector 2, and we'll see now how much time he gains in sector 3 as well with the higher downforce, and he goes to the top of the times. And well, he found 4/10 in sector 2 and sector 3 combined. He was 3/10 down after sector 1. It shows the difference in setups. And Danny, next one that we're watching, currently down in P13 and looking to see if he can topple Thomas Varkish, who's also just started a lap. And well, Danny Bukulip really finding time. And it's going to be such close margins come the end of this session. I think when SV as well can get a good time on the board, Duffy, Edward Isham also capable, Vaid has shown he's capable as well, so it's anyone's game, and Danny looking to take it for the moment, and he does, by 1/100th of a second. So Varkish next up, looking to take that spot back straight away, and well, to the end of sector 2, not finding time, runs wide, and well, he's backed off, so no need to worry about his times for the moment. And I think Finley Smith here is actually pushing on, but slightly down on his previous best, on used tyres as well, so we'll see what he can do. Comes into the pits. Yeah, didn't think he would stick with that, given he was down a little bit. Duffy starting a lap now, but not starting a lap because he's warming up, so these are other players. Yes, they are online players. I am checking the TikTok chat every so often. There is the Twitch stream as well, if it's linked on TikTok channel itself, and there's also the YouTube stream as well. We're everywhere these days. Meanwhile, Aston Martin's about to start laps. Edward Isham running down towards turn number 1. And well, you can hear him having to lift a little bit to just recoup some of that energy. But he showed impressive pace in Q1. And what can he show now properly at the end of Q2? Slightly down through the first sector, but then it's going to be very close margins. And Nico as well. Finding time on himself. As Edward Isham in towards turn number 6. Slightly off camber. Just to hook the car in and get it into the groove. And through turn number 9 as well. Nearly 200 miles per hour. Hitting the brakes for turn number 10. Finding time, but now he needs to find quite a lot in the final sector. Nico as well needs to find time in the final sector over the Haas of Danny. As Varkish also doing another push lap in the Williams. Edward Isham rounds turn number 14. Can he get to that Aston Martin into the top 10? He can for the moment. What about Nico? Can he take that spot away? Misses out by 14 milliseconds as Danny then takes the spot back from Edward Isham. And now can anyone take that spot away from the Haas of Danny? It's very, very close margins. Thomas Varkish only 15 milliseconds down. What can SV do now? Over the line for SV. Takes away the position from Danny by 15 milliseconds. Thomas Varkish will be next. Vide finding time on SV. Josh Duffy is up as well. Varkish takes the spot away from SV. Close margins once again. What can Duffy do? Duffy over the line. He takes the spot away. Its position changes for P10 again and again and again. Can Vide now take the position away from Duffy? No, he can't. He stays in P16. And I think we are done in terms of eliminating drivers from this session. Nisev going quicker, looking to take the top of the timing page away. Toya looking just to get himself a bit more safe. He doesn't really need to. He improves his time. He stays in P9. Hyder doesn't improve his time. Nisev looking to take the top of the timing page for Q2. Can he do it? Round the final corner. Use tyres for the Mercedes driver. Over the line. Up to P4. 2/10 away roughly from Adam Dick. And we have the 6 eliminated drivers as Thomas Varkish, SV, Danny Bukolit, Edward Isham, Nico, and Vide. And well, very, very close margins between them all. I mean, well done to them all for getting decent laps on the board and making it exciting. And well, yeah, very close margins. And Duffy doing really well to be the one to take the place come the end of the session. If you want to join the server, there's a link on the TikTok channel. Cars are realistic performance. Have you disconnected SV? Oh god. And well, I'll do it in the next session because I can't anymore. Did your game crash? I presume because it never seems to be like an actual lobby issue. Yeah. Anyway, those are the lap times. We'll see the true pecking order of pace in Q3 because there's a lot of used and new tyres differences in that session. So, top 10 shootout time in a few moments' time. And I'm going to go straight to the invite screen. Nisev leaves the session. His game's probably crashed as well. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have liked you to be kind of impersonating Melts for too long. You don't really want to do that. Toya in the Williams is the first one out. On brand new tyres as well. All the drivers that have gone out at the moment are on new tyres. I can pull up the tyre wear. We can see a lot of new tyres going on. Cookie's left the session now. My word. Hopefully, I might be able to find him on the offline list. I don't think it will go down long enough though. As the driver joins back, a driver leaves. Welcome to F1 25 26 DLC. And I can't find Cookie at the moment. Why summer break on my birthday? Well, because it happened. It just so happened that after 7 rounds, the next week fell then. Hopefully Nisev can maybe invite Cookie back or something as Robin Hyder gets us underway. I still wish you a happy birthday in the server. It's not like... 21.6 from Robin Hyder. 21.8 from Smith. 21.6 as well from Night Owl. And I think Cookie might still need an invite, so I'll try and give it to him at the end of this lap that we're seeing. Hopefully Nisev might have been able to invite him back, since they are teammates. Maybe Nisev doesn't want the competition from Cookie. His game crashed. Yeah, that is kind of expected. Hope my game doesn't crash at the start of the race, because that has happened before. And it's very infuriating. As Robin Hyder up to the line. And the 13-0 to start the session. Night Owl 2/10 back, roughly. Finley Smith a little bit further back. Toya next over the line. And Toya goes into P3. And now maybe I can check if Cookie's online. Hopefully he is. I don't think he is at the moment, because he would be like in the lowercase section. So... wait a few more moments. Adam Dick currently up, well, on the best sector 2 that we've seen already, down on Robin Hyder so far. But, well, we've seen before how quick he is sector 3 as well. Jammy over the line to P5, and Adam Dick surely to the top. 12.5 tops the timing board. Saban half a second back. And then Duffy will be next. Duffy on the way. Through turn number 9, just managed to get through in P10. Why is Cookie offline? Because his game crashed or something. Nisev starting his lap as well as after Duffy. I'll check for Cookie again. Nisev, great first sector from him. Duffy runs a little bit wide through turn number 14, up to the line to P8. And hopefully, no, Cookie's still not there, so I'll be having some more difficulties, but Nisev, well, the sole Mercedes driver able to settle up at the moment. On the way, Robin Hyder takes away purple sector 1 from Nisev, but Nisev is up on Adam Dick so far. Slight bit of a correction through turn number 12, won't hurt him too much though, as in towards the final corner. Nice and smooth to the line. Can he beat the McLaren of Adam Dick? No, he can't. It shows how strong Adam Dick is in the final sector that, well, Nisev lost about 3/10 there to the McLaren just in this sector alone. And, well, you can see why through corners like turn 10 and turn number 12 with the higher downforce, it's just, well, a lot nicer for Adam Dick. But we'll see in the race what way was the right way to go. Robin Hyder improves time, but he stays P3, but not bad at all for his Division 1 debut at the moment. as Night Owl tyres. So that's in the pits. Cookie's back online. Cookie's joined back. He's been invited. So it's all okay. I did send him an invite literally just as he joined, but maybe he's got a backup invite now in case there's any more difficulties. But Cookie, once again, maybe on the back foot in Q3, certainly on the back foot, not maybe. And well, Saban into the box. He's on the back foot in Jeddah because he kept invalidating his laps. And well, he's on the back foot now because, yeah, he has to perform in these last 5 minutes. We'll see a little comparison now between the top two. And well, comparing Adam Dick and Nisev, you can see the strengths of the McLaren being the final sector, and also well, turns 2 and then into 3 and then turn 5 down towards turn number 6 as well. And well, interesting. But we'll look now at Jammy, who's going to do a lap here all by himself. And well, here we go. With the Ferrari driver stepping in as a free agent reserve. Will he be pushing on this lap? He will be. Got to think this is probably a multi-lap run. He's got 3 laps of fuel if you can make out the top right of his steering wheel. Well, you want to have the best track conditions at the end of the session, of course. Pretty self-explanatory. Cookie as well, going out a bit earlier than others because he needs to have the backup in case his first lap doesn't go well. And once again, Ferrari strong in sector 1, but that's a bit deep into turn 5. He'll get a nice run though out of the corner because of that, but probably lost time overall. Crazy helmet. What Lewis Hamilton won in the Ferrari. Crazy. Down towards turn number 10 and still up on Adam Dick, but now we'll see how much time he loses compared to the McLaren, because surely he's not going to go quicker than the McLaren in sector 3. Where will he end off this lap? Can he challenge Robin Hyder's time? Will he challenge the top 4 at least? As round the final corner, up to the line. What can he do? It's just behind his teammate and on the second row. So, Cookie on a lap now, pushing down towards turn number 1. And he won't get many opportunities in this session, so got to make the most of them. And here we go. And oh, has a spin and into the gravel and misses the barrier. Cookie needing a lap, and well, that's why he's gone out a bit earlier in case something like that happened. And something like that happening, meaning that he will have to go again. As Nisev on the way. And is he pushing on this lap? I think he is. And yeah, Cookie there just went very wide as well and didn't really take the normal racing line, it seemed, on the exit. And then wanted to get the power down to make up for it, and yeah, had that moment. Did well to avoid the barriers, but well, yeah, damage limitation again maybe for Cookie in Q3, but he's got the pace. Can he deliver on his last lap in the session? Nisev, bit of traffic, gets out of the way. Finley Smith in the Red Bull, and Nisev up on Adam Dick so far. Purple in the middle sector. Good lap so far for Nisev. Can he challenge Adam Dick though? Come the end of the lap, we know how much pace advantage the McLaren has in the sector 3. He's going to get a bit of a tow here from Robin Hyder, and he goes to provisional pole position with a 12.4. Adam Dick has to respond. He's on an outlap. He will be one of the later drivers to set their lap, as I don't think Robin is pushing here. He will go again at the end of the session. Finley Smith is away, and in sector 1 has set a green sector but then backs out, as Cookie purple in the first sector, looking to make up for the last lap. And down towards turn number 10. And he is 3/10 up on Nisev. This is looking like a fantastic lap for Cookie. Now he just needs to keep this together through the final few corners. And don't run wide in turn 12. Has a little bit of margin now. Turn number 13 stays well away from the curb. Opens up turn number 14. Charges for the line. A low 1 minute 12 incoming from Cookie at 12.3. And we lost a bit of time to Nisev in sector 3, but he has gone to the top of the times with not long to go in this session. And, well, a lot of drivers just starting times as well. Adam Dick, can he now respond? He needs a mega lap here. And, well, he's had a mega sector 2. He needs a mega sector 3, though, if he's going to hold back pole position. The two Mercedes holding on to those top 2 positions at the moment. But Adam Dick looking to change that. Round the final corner he goes. What will it be over the line? Adam Dick misses out by 76 milliseconds. Cookie is set for a return to pole position as Toya parks up in the gravel. Saban not finding time. Robin Hyder not finding time. Nisev is going again in the Mercedes. This is not over yet. Duffy to the end of sector 2, 1 second down. What can Saban do? Can he find any time? He does find time. Sector 3 stays in P6. Duffy next in the Racing Bulls. Nisev 3/10 down on Cookie. Doesn't look like he's going to be setting a time good enough to challenge. As well, Duffy, can he lift himself from the bottom of this session? Crosses the line, stays in P10. What about Nisev? Can he do anything to get back to the front row? Rounds the final corner. Used tyres now. Over the line. Stays in P3. Robin Hyder on Division 1 debut. Improves time. Stays in P4. And that is the order. And, well, Cookie only needed the one proper lap. He had the other one that he made a mistake on. But he's beaten Adam Dick to pole position. And he's broken the streak that Adam Dick had of those 3 races of pole positions. Cookie has taken a second pole of the season. A third RFC pole after his one he got last season as well. And, well, yeah, Cookie dominating the whole lap, apart from the last sector, where, well, I mean, Adam Dick was quick in the last sector, but then on the run to the line, Cookie once again gained time. And, well, yeah, there we go. Cookie at the front of the field here in qualifying. The race to come in not too long, well, literally right after this session. Well, people asking on the chat, and, well, certainly seems to be an exciting one with such close margins at the front. Tyre wear as well, critical around this circuit. The one stop is possible, very much possible, but it is slightly more difficult, especially compared to Canada, where we were at last week, where the hard tyres could last about 25 laps or more comfortably. But there we are. There's the final qualifying session. Is there rain in the race? We have no idea, but no one's said rain out of the people that are in the chat that are driving or are team principals or CEOs, so I don't expect it. Cookie to D0.5. I mean, he's only beaten Adam Dick by 76 milliseconds, so it's not like an insane amount. There is the current look, and, well, grey skies in the background, but no rain at the moment at the start of the race. And, well, yeah, we're ready to go in Barcelona, and hopefully no game crash, I hope. No one's disconnected from the session yet, but it sometimes happens at just any point, especially when you change sessions. It happens a lot worse. But anyway, probably a medium hard tyre strategy I would expect. Go about 15 laps on the first set, and then, well, 18 laps on the second set, but it can be slightly varied. But, well, race will be on the way in not too long once the driver's ready up. And, well, you can hear those rings, which mean session is in the last 5 seconds before it starts, and we're going to line up on the grid here in Catalonia. And here we go. Ready for the Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix in RFC Season 9. 5 lights on, it's lights out, and away we go with a good start for Cookie. It's a good start for Nisev. Nisev jumps up to P2 already ahead of Adam Dick. Adam Dick's being swallowed up by so many cars down to turn 1. He's disconnected from the session. That's why he's been swallowed up. The Mercedes have a 1-2. Then Jammy is up to P3. Carnage in the background. Off goes the Alpine of SV, I believe, as we run down towards turn number 4. And the 2 Mercedes leading us away. But then Carnage going on in the background at turn 1. Not sure what happened. Adam Dick will need an invite back to this session as round the outside, Night Owl tries a move on Robin Hyder, trying to see if he can challenge for 5th place. Adam Dick down to P10, will be comfortably down to a few more positions by the time he gets back into this session. I will try and invite him as quickly as I can. Gecko is even online. I don't think he's going to be online at the moment. That's really unfortunate for him. And running wide in the background as well, as there is a move potentially looking to the inside for Thomas Varkish on Danny. But, well, we finished the first lap, and, well, there is damage for Edwards, and there is damage for SV. Those are the 2 cars I can see with damage from the telemetry. But, well, we end the first lap. Jammy actually on the soft compound as well, I didn't see. And he's had a mega start on those tyres as well. If Martin is in the chat, the McLaren CEO, if he can let me know when Adam Dick needs an invite back, that will be ideal. And, well, Adam Dick now down to P19. He's really going to have to make a big recovery when he can finally get back into this session. But the train now being formed, Vide maybe dropping back slightly from this train, as well a little feint to the inside again from Varkish on Danny, and, well, the two Mercedes very close on the track. And, well, maybe I will just check if Adam Dick can get back into this session. I don't think he can at the moment. Gecko I'm looking for, but I think he's normally towards the top of the order, so really unfortunate that this game keeps having issues. And, yeah, not much we can really do until they fix it. I have made a post on the EA forums, but I've had no responses, so obviously they care so much about this game. I mean, I know they're making a new game for F1 27, but still. Adam Dick now down to P22. And, yeah, we finish lap number 2, start lap number 3. And, well, Varkish getting very close to the back of Danny again through the final corner. Can he maybe put a challenge down towards turn number 1? Doesn't seem to be. Slightly gaining, using the boost. Danny using the boost as well as a move in the background. Senor Ghost going wheel to wheel. The Bard Tsunami holds on for the moment, leaves the track, and that should give the place maybe to Senor Ghost, because, well, he did just leave the track and was able to keep his position. Now he's challenging the cars ahead. SV, I think LOL maybe dropped down the order as well in the background. He's certainly lost positions as Porges and Edward Isham battling away, and Varkish once again getting very close to the Haas cars. Well, Vi dropping back slightly, but he's certainly close to challenge Danny once again, as down towards turn number 10, and, well, the top positions are really difficult to make moves at this circuit. The train kind of forms. We'll really see the tyre delta start to form, though, as well. Different drivers, different driving styles, wear the tyres differently, and then in the next stint as well, when obviously everyone will pit at slightly different times and be in slightly different races. But, well, here we go again, down towards turn number 1. I've not seen any indication that Adam Dick needs an invite, but I will have another check in a few moments' time just in case. And no one quite close enough to make a move. Adam Dick has got back in from someone else who's invited him, so luckily I've not had to do anything, because good. Normally I have to try and deal with all of the disconnect issues, as Varkish down towards turn number 4 tries a move, gets slightly squeezed on the inside by the Haas of Danny. Can he make the move? He can get ahead. Danny looks to set up a line to potentially get a cutback and try and challenge, but Thomas Varkish up into P9. Danny still in the points for the moment, though, so not too bad for the Haas driver, but he'll have to try and get that position back later on in the race. SV and Porges have had a bit of a battle as well. We hit turn number 10 again, and Hyder quite close behind Saban here, trying to see if he can make a move. I wonder when Jamie's tyres will start to perform worse than the medium. I mean, he's certainly ran wide there, it seems, through turn number 13. We can see the track limits. He has picked up one track limit warning. And, well, SV picking up 2. He's had a few adventures. We saw on lap 1 towards the rear of the field that he was having difficulties as well. Going off the road goes Jamie on the soft compound tyres. And that's going to put here the McLaren of Saban all over the back of him. But Jamie stays ahead for the moment. But Saban's certainly looking to challenge. He's also inviting Robin Hyder into challenge as well. Down towards turn number 5, the 2 Mercedes braking clear because of this, and that's really isn't ideal for, well, McLaren team, because, well, Jamie in the Ferrari having a few struggles, and now it's costing time, and the Mercedes are able to work together and share that overtake between themselves and just pull away. They pulled away in Australia in a 1-2 in the rain. This time in the dry, they are able to use the overtake. Of course, overtake is disabled in the wet conditions as well as boost. So, yeah, it gets a bit boring. But now, he's certainly using boost. Surely now is going to be Saban. You can see how much more battery he's got. He's gaining on Jamie. Goes to the inside, and he comfortably makes that move. And now he will get the overtake for the rest of the lap as well to try and pull away. But Jamie looks to fight back straight away, out to turn 2, into turn 3. But you can see the understeer he's facing in that car. And now his teammate Robin Hyder looking to challenge as well. Robin Hyder, a free agent now in Division 1, along with Jamie. They're not particularly teammates at all, but they are for this race. They go wheel to wheel in turn 5. Robin Hyder... Robin goes wide. And Robin stays behind. Slightly maybe gets pushed off. Slightly just runs wide. He went into the grass in Canada in Division 2 on exiting the pits. And, well, yeah, he does stay behind Jamie. And the 2 Ferraris not really working together. So, interesting team play there. And Cookie starting to break away from Nisev as well. And Saban breaking away from Jamie, obviously, after that incident with the Ferraris. And I think Jamie will hold on to the overtake, and he will. So that will be crucial just to try and help him stay ahead. As Toya here down the straights, look how much time he's gaining on Night Owl, who's just charging up battery there. And, well, Toya certainly got confidence in that Williams car. Looking to see if he can make a move. Who is making a move is Nico. He's gone past Josh Duffy. Duffy, who qualified all the way up in the top 10, now down to P14. Lowell and Ratcliffe continue their race scrap as Adam Dick goes past Ratcliffe as well. Adam Dick looking to recover, and maybe he'll go all the way around the outside down towards turn number 4, and he comfortably makes that move. And, well, got a bit more time to gain now up to the next few cars, which... is SV and Edward Isham. Then he's on the back of a big train that we're currently looking at the moment. So Cookie continuing to hold the advantage he's had from the start. He did have a Grand Slam back in Australia. And, well, he may be looking to do the same again today. He's led every lap as it stands, but obviously if he pits first before Nisev, Nisev will get the lead for a lap. So interesting to see how that works, as, well, Hyder putting the pressure on again on his teammates. You can see Jamie with less ERS, and Hyder looking to set it up. Jamie gets out of shape, and maybe this is Hyder's opportunity, looking to play the right tactics, and looking to use the boost now. Down the inside he goes, and he makes the position and up into P4, but Jamie gets the switch back. Can he still remain wheel to wheel down towards turn 5? He has to settle in behind. And Robin Hyder up to P4 as the Bartson army goes past Vide. Vide looks to fight back down towards turn number 5. Slight bit of contact on the apex, I think. And Vide still looking to fight this all the way around the outside. The Bartson army, though, up to P11 in this Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix. As well, Nico just in behind in the Aston Martin, doing a very good job just to stay in play, see if he can take advantage of anything. He took advantage of a lot of penalties last time out in Canada. Well, a lot of penalties for the other drivers, of course. And he managed to gain up to P9, I believe, in the end, which was a great finish. Also got points in Bahrain with a P8, I want to say. Jammy coming in on the soft tyres, and well, going to have to be a very long stint to make it to the end from there. Is Jammy on a 2-stop in the Ferrari, and is that really going to be the right way to go? I don't really think so, but Martin saying in the chat, what happened to Adam Dick? You didn't even know Adam Dick had disconnected from the session at the start of the race and fell down to P22. He's just doing a last to first comeback, for real. He'll be there at the end of the race. If there's any kind of safety car, he's certainly back in play slightly, but yeah. We have a comment on YouTube. Hello to Antares Gamer, if I'm saying that right. I finally see a chat message on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, you can also watch on YouTube and Twitch if you want to see the stream in a better way. And you can also see highlights to every race on YouTube as well, and also the full replay also gets posted, so it's great stuff over there. But meanwhile, Cookie continuing to lead. He's had this about half a second advantage for quite a while over Nisev. Is Nisev ever going to try and make a move? I don't really think so. They are just working as a team. And well, no, I have to plug Miles. At least I'm not James, like plugging like the setup shops all the time, randomly. And well, Nico here getting a bit close to Vide. He shapes for a move to the inside, can't go for it, but Vide falling back a little bit in this race. Gecko is goated. That is true. He's a new RFC star after that one TikTok got 200,000 views of him getting pole position. But, well, we run down to turn 10 again with the two leaders, and not really much drama going on there, so we'll have a look further back. Haida looking to keep with Saban. And, well, he is doing a decent job. We'll have a little look in at tyre wear as well, because, well, interestingly, a few drivers really struggling with tyres. That will explain why Vide was dropping back a little bit. He's got way more tyre wear than a lot of the other competitors. So, yeah, over the line we go again, and well, 8/10 the gap. I wonder why that TikTok got so many views. Yeah, all the people were commenting, Adam what? Adam what? Driving the engagement. There we go. Katoya getting very close to the back of Night Owl through turn number 3 down towards turn number 4. A fabled corner at this racetrack after 2016, and Nico has cleared Vide, so great stuff from the Aston Martin driver. Nico doing a great job in this race. Moving up now to P11. And, well, you can see Adam Dick at the back of that train as Toya makes the move on Night Owl. Great stuff from the Williams driver as well. Night Owl down to 6th. Finley Smith on the hard tyre, down in 7th. Adam Dick clearing Anderson, moving up to P15. He can, and one Night Owl coming back down towards turn 10 and makes the move. So maybe Night Owl playing the ERS games, letting Toya just use all his battery and getting it back again. Adam Dick clearing one Audi, now clearing 2 Audis. Up to P14 he goes. And, well, what is that Ferrari doing? I'm not entirely sure. And now, after Toya got past Night Owl on the last lap, Finley Smith, the other Red Bull, is now putting pressure on Toya. It's funny how things change. And Toya now having to look in the wing mirrors here to see what Finley Smith's doing. Finley Smith not able to really follow that closely, though, through turn number 3. As another position gained by Adam Dick, up to P13 now, and now he might even clear Vide. All the way around the outside he goes. Another great move from Adam Dick, up to P12. Nobody really wanting to fight him too much. They know the pace advantage he's got in the McLaren car. And Duffy looking a bit feisty as well, trying to see if he can get past Vide, but Ghost as well looking feisty behind Duffy to the inside. Ghost, Senor Ghost has to sit in behind. But, well, surely we're starting to get towards the pit stop phase for a lot of drivers. Tyre wear now, 79% for Thomas Varkish. He is really, really struggling with those tyres. He's in puncture territory, so he's going to have to... Yeah, he will have to box surely on this lap. Adam Dick, another position gained up to P11. So he's gained 11 places now since he rejoined the session. And, well, I know when the driver of the day poll comes out after the race, you'll see, like, you know, he probably lost positions compared to the way he started, but he's certainly going to have the most overtakes for this race, as now pitting in is Thomas Varkish. And Varkish, unsurprisingly, coming in along with the Barcelona and Anderson. And now we'll have to see what sort of undercuts there are as well. And, well, Forges already came in a little bit ago. And Lowell there. And Ratcliffe very close on the track as well Varkish has come out. 2.8 seconds behind. And Jammy in a little bit of clean air now to push into, but I don't think this two-stop is really the way to go at all for the overall race time. The one-stop is by far and away the quickest strategy, but Jammy, I don't know, doing a soft, medium, hard or something in the Ferrari doesn't... Yeah, unsure of that strategy, but maybe come the end of the race I'll be proved wrong. Do you live stream on YouTube? We do live stream on YouTube. We also live stream on Twitch. If you look up Realistic Formula Championship on YouTube, you will find us. There's also a link in the TikTok itself, linked to the account that has all of the social channels. As well, Saban's come in, and now look at this. Finley Smith's putting the pressure, pulls wheel to wheel with Toya, and gets ahead into turn number 1. And the two Red Bulls now running 4th and 5th after the pit stops have gone in for a few other drivers, and we'll see where they come out come their pit stops as well. Saban crucially just comes out ahead of Edward Isham. Sounds like he's on the verge of laughing at every sentence. Maybe. Yeah, we'll have to see how Chammy's strategy goes. But, yeah. Nisev, 7/10 behind. And, yeah, the Mercedes maintaining their formation. Who will come in first, though? Because Cookie's got a lot better tyre wear. So surely Nisev comes in, and he does come in at the moment. So, well, Cookie will continue on. Will Cookie get to lead every lap, though? Because I'm sure he wants that Grand Slam if possible. But here we go, coming in as well. Robin Hyder and Night Owl. Finley Smith will actually carry on quite a bit longer because of the hard compound. So, yeah, that probably won't... Yeah. It probably will mean that he can't get a Grand Slam this race. Adam Dick moving up places because of the pit stops. You see Nisev exiting out. Stays away from the pit exit line. It's a good yellow flag, actually, though. And that was Toya, was it? Porges leaves the session. I think Toya has got an issue. He does have an issue. It's a puncture for the Williams driver. Oh, when he hits the barrier. And Toya stranded here. Will he get it back going again? Be a long drive back to the pits. As he's stuck in the gravel. And surely any chance of a race, good race for him, is gone. And, well, black flagged he has been. And he's out of this race totally now. He couldn't move the car in time. And he's out of this Grand Prix as Cookie comes in from the race lead. And Finley Smith will now take over the race lead in the Red Bull. He won here back in Division 2 in Season 7. In the season he went nip and tuck with Poulet for the title, with, well, Poulet coming out on top come the end of the season by a very close margin. Is very close on the pit exit here. Adam Dick is ahead of the two Mercedes cars. Cookie is ahead of Nisev after the pit stops. But Adam Dick, who hasn't pit yet in this race, is now involved with the two Mercedes cars. And what will he do now? Because We certainly wouldn't have expected this in terms of Mercedes being on fresh tyres in behind Adam Dick when Adam Dick started P2 with, well, Cookie just ahead. But now, I mean, it's not really going to be much of a contest. And, well, I think Porges in the Cadillac might need another invite back if his game crashed or something, because I did see he left the session. But surely now Cookie will get the move down towards turn number 10. Adam Dick's going to force him the long way round. And Cookie just playing things safe. Doesn't want to take any risks that are going to cost him because he knows he's in the net race lead. And him and Nisev have a big advantage over everyone else anyway. So it's not really... Yeah. And well, Adam Dick comes in anyway. So, yep. He was on 80% tyres. And, yeah, really did need to come in. Night Owl here, right behind Thomas Varkish. Are red flags enabled? They are on standard. We've never had a red flag. So, I think they are kind of bugged in online sessions. They don't happen that often. But they've been enabled in RFC ever since we started back. I believe they've been enabled since Season 5. When this league like restarted again. So, yeah. Yeah, Porges needs an invite as Adam Dick comes out of the pits and is just behind the Bard Tsunami. And I will just throw an invite across to Porges. As well, bit darker out on track. I think that was just a weird sun there as Night Owl round the outside on Thomas Varkish. Varkish unable to fight this, and the Red Bull goes through. And well, Finley Smith carries on to lead. We've never had a red flag in RFC. There is technically a red... I mean, yeah, you could say Division 1 Miami Season 6, but that was kind of a red flag that was because we restarted the lobby because of an issue. So it wasn't particularly a red flag naturally caused by the game, where the game triggers the red flag when there's multiple cars stopped. And, well, Danny looking to get past Ratcliffe. Varkish looking to get back past Night Owl as well. As Saban looking to get past Jammy. It's all going on at the same time. Wheel to wheel down the straight, though, as well. We'll see the quick change of lead because Cookie's surely just going to soar around the outside on Finley Smith. Gets the place as Saban goes wheel to wheel with Jammy. Jammy on that two-stop strategy. Saban surely on the one-stop. Saban gets ahead. Down to turn 1. And down to turn 1, Varkish gets past Night Owl as well. And, yeah, Varkish back ahead of the Red Bull, despite the Red Bull overtaking him on the last lap. And Nisev also cleared Finley Smith in amongst all that as well. As Jammy following quite closely, but now Hyder surely going to just easily get the move. As Adam Dick clears both the Bard Tsunami and Danny Buchler at the same time, basically. Once again, showing great pace. Can he challenge for a podium come the end of this race? It's a big ask, but you never know with the pace he's got if he can challenge. So, Hyder surely busting a gut to get this move. He wants to stay with Saban if possible, because they're on the same strategy, whereas Jammy's pitting again, and Jammy slower at this stage, and, well, Robin might not give any chance for Jammy to stay ahead because he's going to try and make the move down towards turn number 1. Jammy out of battery. Hyder, can he get it on the brakes? Jammy brakes late, goes in a little bit deep, and now can Robin try and make the move again like he did before, following very closely through turn number 3 down towards turn number 4. And here we go, same move again that he did previously in this race on Jammy. And Robin goes up to P5 and Jammy can't fight it back. So Robin can stay close to Saban. And, well, where will Jammy come out when he pits again? Because that is not going to be nice. Varkish down the inside! Oh, almost colliding with Night Owl as it looked like he locked up there. Potentially trying to recreate Max Verstappen and George Russell in that corner. I mean, that does get mentioned quite a lot when we race around Barcelona. Busting a gut, Killian, is what I said. As down the inside again and makes contact with the Red Bull. And then lets back through Night Owl. I mean, that's not going to get him off without a penalty, but it might do if Night Owl's nice, but surely not after the move that he got there put on him. Finley Smith comes in finally, and these two once again continue the battle down towards turn number 1. Pretty even on the battery. Varkish has the overtake, though, from being the car behind. And will he make a move? Slight defensive move from the Red Bull. Varkish pulls out again. Night Owl goes in a bit deep. Varkish will try and get the run. Night Owl a bit out of shape. And again a bit out of shape as Varkish tags the back of the Red Bull car. Down towards turn number 4 we go. And, well, Varkish just going a bit crazy here, trying to make these overtake attempts, as again he goes for a lunge at turn 5. And again he makes contact and more contact with Night Owl. And again he goes through on the grass this time, and he makes the move on the inside. But he's just pushing around Night Owl here. Night Owl cutting the corner, going all the way on the inside, trying to get the move back on, and Varkish defending aggressively now, holding that inside line. Can Night Owl set up a cutback, though? Because of how deep Varkish went, he's going to do another little cutback around turn number 12. And well, Adam Dick is now arriving on the scene as well. So Adam Dick has got this to contend with. And well, you can see how close he is. Yeah, Robin up to P3 while this has been going on. And we go down towards turn number 1 again. And riding on board with the Red Bull driver of Night Owl. Varkish defending aggressively. He'll barge him off the track if Night Owl tries to go wheel to wheel. He does have contact, doesn't leave the track. Here comes Adam Dick looking to challenge as Thomas Varkish slows down. Varkish defending the middle of the track, almost chops across on Adam Dick. Adam Dick goes around the outside now. Adam Dick trying to get the move. Night Owl all out of shape as Adam Dick down the inside and gets the move done. And here comes Night Owl getting a move. Oh, Adam Dick getting all out of shape, colliding slightly, I think, with the Red Bull of Night Owl. But it's all kicking off chaos. Down towards turn number 9 they go, side by side between the pair of them again, as things flicking up. Don't think it's damaged. 3 wide down towards turn number 10. And can Adam Dick get through? Oh, contact with Thomas Varkish. And now round the outside goes Adam Dick. Adam Dick still getting tagged by the Williams driver. You can see appearing on the inside. But well, he has been overtaken now as Thomas Varkish by both drivers. But now we run down towards turn number 1. Adam Dick, desperate just to get away from any threat of the cars around. Just trying to take him out or something. Jammy's come in for the second time in the race. Varkish with a lunge to the inside. Varkish can't make it. Edward disconnects from the session. And Varkish still looking to put the pressure on. Down towards turn number 4. And well, Finley Smith will be arriving on this battle soon. And well, a load of other cars will be if they keep scrapping in this manner. It's going to invite all those drivers from 9th down into this battle. Meanwhile, we'll check in on these two because, well, they have been having a little battle. More of a nice battle where, well, they've just kind of swapped around once and then they're just following each other around, trying to have a battle towards the end of the race instead of the absolute carnage which is going on here. But, well, yeah, Adam Dick breaking away, Thomas Varkish dropping back. Now Thomas Varkish might be handing out the defensive moves to Finley Smith. Thomas Varkish in a good position, I should say, like in the Williams in P7. I know the Williams is a very quick car, but obviously because the game is a bit bugged in terms of performance, but like he's having a good race. But if he's getting a penalty because of what he's done, then he's just going to ruin it. As Edward needs an invite, so I don't think he's actually online at the moment, so yeah, I'll check back in a few moments' time. We will check in on Tyra as well in a few moments' time before this battle gets chaotic again. Killian always wants to see the tyre wear, so there we go. Jammy making the charge towards the end of this race, but yeah, look at the position changes. A lot of position change. The Barton Army again trying to farm driver of the day or something by getting knocked out in Q1 and then ending up into the points, moving up 10 places. Adam Dick dropping back 3, which is actually good with how his race started. Miles says that Edward's online now, so we will get him back into this session. Currently down in P18 in the Aston Martin. Nico challenging for the points. And there goes Jammy down the inside on Nico. down into turn 10, as now the fight between the Red Bull and Williams will go on, but with a different Red Bull this time, and this time it's going to be Finley Smith, who's got a lot fresher tyres. Thomas Varkish has a lot of battery to deploy to try and defend this. Finley Smith tucking into the slipstream. Varkish holding a defensive line all the way to the inside, round the outside. Finley Smith will have to go. Finley Smith gets ahead of Thomas Varkish and has dealt with him for the moment, but now back comes Thomas Varkish down towards turn number 4. He had the more battery. He's now using that battery to good effect to get the position back on the Red Bull driver. And that was some good racing between Red Bull and Williams as they continue down towards turn number 5. And can they remain without contact? They can. And Finley Smith's going to try and go all the way around the outside, but surely he won't be able to. He has to just back out and sit back for the moment as Thomas Varkish goes in a bit deep. And Finley Smith tries to go all the way around the outside, gets a lovely drive out of turn 9. And he'll try and get the move down towards turn 10. He goes down the inside on Thomas Varkish. Side by side they go through turn 11. And through goes Finley Smith to P7. As Jamie goes past the Barton Army, SV picks up a 3-second time penalty. And well, meanwhile, Cookie's brought the gap between himself and Nisev to 3.4 seconds, which is crazy considering how the first stint went, but I haven't really been keeping an eye on that gap for a while. And now back comes Thomas Varkish down towards turn number 1. And Finley Smith keeps his nose there, tries to remain wheel to wheel. He'll get a good run now and try and go all the way around the outside of turn number 3. Can he now deploy more battery against Thomas Varkish? He got 0. He can't deploy more battery. He's got 0%. So he won't be able to get it back with battery. He'll have to charge for the moment unless he can try and fancy something on the brakes here around the outside of turn number 5. And now a cutback from Finley Smith could prevail here. Using the last bits of battery he's got to be on the inside of turn number 7 and 8. And Finley Smith can't get the move on Thomas Varkish. As now down towards turn number 10. Finley Smith still trying to get the move. He gets ahead on the inside, and he does make the move ahead of Thomas Varkish. And now can he finally break away? Thomas Varkish, 65% tyre wears. Killian saying his tyres won't last. And well, you have to agree with that, with the amount of tyre wear he's got. And he comes into the pits just as I'm saying about that. So, yeah, Varkish on a 2-stop. And now, well, he'll be looking to make some moves on new tyres. So, yeah. Jamie making progress on the 2-stop. But, yeah, he's dropped back 3 positions from where he started. And not really working out at all well. But working out better than we maybe would have thought earlier on. But again, yeah. Yeah, just looking at the TikTok chat because I haven't looked at it for a while. And yeah, our questions have been answered, so it's fine. Cookie, absolutely dominating at the moment. Checking on his lap times. And well, yeah, look at the amount he got on lap 23. And well, it just increments every lap. And Nisev's challenge has gone away really, and he's set for P2 like he's had in every race he's competed in this season, I'm pretty sure. Because in Australia, he got P2. And in Canada, he got P2. And once again, P2 here as over the road goes Finley Smith. And that's inviting Jamie to pull wheel to wheel. And given enough space and comfortably gets the move into turn 1. Jamie up another position on that 2-stop strategy. And now can he challenge Night Owl as well? And looking at Adam Dick's lap times, 0.8 quicker last lap than Saban. So is there any chance for Adam Dick to catch up? I don't think so. Because it lost time, 16.5 to 15.7. So I don't know where that's coming from, but yeah. I don't think there is, unless Saban has an issue with his tyres. Because, well, he could. 60%. Not ideal at this stage. The Barcelona Army is one who's really, really going to struggle. He was one of the first to pit. And he's on 71% tyre wear right now. So, yeah, really not ideal. Killian not seeming best pleased with one of his driver's tyre wear. we run down towards turn 1 again with Jamie and Smith, and well, Robin and Saban. Robin pulling away, looking to get podium on Division 1 Davey, really proving Eagle right in moving him by this performance today. As the Barton Army goes off the track and allows Danny through. And the Barton Army makes a mistake, tries to fight it back though down towards turn number 4. He'll have the outside and try and maybe cut back, but the tyre wear for the Alpine really won't be helping at this stage, and Danny knows just to defend the inside and use the boost out the corners, and he should be okay and be able to hold on to 9th place. And he does. And well, Nico putting himself in a position where if the Barton Army has a difficulty with the tyres, which is looking quite likely considering he still have quite a few laps to go, he's putting himself in a position to get points in the Aston Martin again. So, good job again from Nico. Really been a standout driver for sure. And well, yeah, looking at the live constructor standings, Cookie set for a 4th victory of the season, looking to get to 100 points already at this stage of the season, which is incredible. Adam Dick way behind, and well, yeah, not able to really do much. Obviously disconnecting, unfortunately, and damage limitation. He's done a good job in that fact to get back to P5, but yeah, it's better than when he DNF'd in Saudi. But he was P2 when he DNF'd, and it was a really silly DNF. He did make up for that last time out with victory in Canada. And now Jamie on to the back of Night Owl. And Night Owl on the older hard compound tyres. Looking to be under pressure here. Jamie really closing in. Will he make a move down towards turn number 10? Too far behind at the moment. Won't be able to make it. And Varkish picks for 3. But, well, we follow Night Owl and Jamie, and surely down the main straight. This is going to be a great opportunity. The Ferrari has great straight line speed. And now, here we go. Down towards turn number 1. Very close is Jamie to Night Owl. Night Owl with lower amounts of ERS. And Jamie goes to the inside. And Jamie takes the place ahead of Night Owl. Slight bit of contact maybe, but makes the move and gets up into P6 on the 2-stop strategy. As the Barton Army still very, very close to Danny, but his tyres really, really struggling. 82% now, and we're only on lap 30 of 33. Going to be pushing 100% by the end of this one. And the more, the worse the tyre wear gets, it kind of just adds up more and more because you're sliding more and more because of the worse tyre wear. So it's a compounding effect. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that Alpine's tyre pop, but he's got to stay out because it's the only chance of him getting points. So not much he can do about it. Just got to try and hope and pray and reduce the load on some of these corners, especially the right-hand corners where, well, tyres get completely destroyed. Like turn number 12 we're going through right now, and also turn, well, 13, 14, turn number 3 as well. Long corners. And, well, staying out, like I say. And really just using the Haas to get the overtake. And, well, live constructors standings, as can be seen, McLaren and Ferrari would be level on points in the standings, with Mercedes with a 1-2 extending their lead. And yeah, we can look at the bottom few teams as well at the same time. Well, we may as well while we're ticking down in this race. And well, not any points going on the board, so we're just seeing exactly as it was before the race. SV goes past Edward Isham. Edward Isham bouncing over the curbs, going off through the first couple corners as Anderson getting the elbows out and getting past his teammate, and also trying to defend from Vide as well, I think. The two Aldis looking to move up the order a little bit. And, well, we go into the last couple of laps, 87% tyre wear. Yeah, P6 is kind of non-existent on those things because, yeah, since they added an 11th team, and last season I just had the top 5 and bottom 5, and I haven't added, like, I don't know, the kind of midfield battle that should be on there as well, and a 5th downwards maybe, but yeah. 89% on those tyres, and a few other people also getting towards puncture range. And I think, yeah, Vide is coming in. So he's going to try and get a fastest lap of the race maybe, but if he gets lapped, he's not going to have that chance. And well, I think he will get lapped here because, well, Cookie's coming down the main straight, so he won't get a fastest lap because Cookie's going to lap him. And Cookie starts the final lap of the race. So Cookie on the way. You can see the Haas exiting the pits. 6.6 seconds now the lead for the Mercedes driver. And well, you still look at this battle with the looming puncture, 91%, and with a lot of drivers just on the edge. Night Owl 81. And well, there is a lot that could still change between now and the end of the Grand Prix, but what's not going to change is Cookie leading the race. He's on 74% tyres. He's managed it beautifully, and he's set to take a 4th victory of the season as we're coming in towards the final sector for Cookie, the Mercedes driver, in his first full season of RFC in the dominant Mercedes, putting it to good use. And well, he's been here for 3 races. He's won 3 races. He's now going to come back after missing a race, and he's going to be back to the top step of the podium. It's a victory that will take him 35 points clear in the Drivers' Championship, and Cookie wins the Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix. We see it from the helicopter shot, which is very strange, but Cookie takes the victory as Duffy, I think, has got a puncture, maybe. A lot of changing as Nisev comes home in P2. Hyder will take the podium as Saban here, letting through Adam Dick maybe, and it won't take him 35 points clear because Adam Dick's picked up 2 extra points. So it'll be 33 points clear. Can't even do maths. We've got all the A-level maths already now. No, Jamie takes P6, Night Owl P7, Finney Smith P8, and now we see what's happened because the Bard Tsunami's got a puncture. Nico's up to the points. Danny in P9, Nico P10, Varkish through on the Bard Tsunami, and I think Duffy did get a puncture as well, and yes, he did. And another puncture for Anderson as well. So Ghost crosses the line in P12. The Bard Tsunami limps across, and the Bard Tsunami will take P13 from P19. SV, after having a couple of difficulties as well on the first lap, comes home P14. Isham just misses out on that place. Anderson will limp around, as will Josh Duffy. They're the final finishers. Cookie, totally dominant once again, and Mercedes showing their power. Adam Dick unable to challenge them due to his issue. Did well to get back in the end. Anderson spins across the line. Duffy takes the checkered flag. And there you can see the race winner celebrating, as now we can check in on the live Drivers' Championship. And there you go. You can see that 33-point gap. And 100 points for Cookie. Certainly looks very nice indeed. And, well, you can see Robin there, P9. He's not done a Division 1 race, so his name is just not there. Neither has Jammy. He's never done a Division 1 race. His name is not there. But we can imagine they're there. Nico, 7 points. Good job from him. Constructors standings. Champagne spraying. James Allison up there on the podium alongside the top 3. Mercedes, 53 points clear now. And there we are. with the Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix ticked off. And the final race results confirmed. And well, thank you for joining us today. And well, next week we have a sprint round in Austria. First sprint round of the season. And we got quite a few coming up in the next few races because, well, Bar and Zandvoort are also sprint, I think. And they're kind of, we have a sprint, then we don't have a sprint, then we have a sprint, then we don't have a sprint, then we have a sprint. And then no more sprints. So there we are, though. I don't know if anyone's in the interview waiting. I will speak to some people if I can. I don't think anyone is, so I might get away with it. Unusual join activity. That always happens. Yeah, that's about it, to be honest. And well, thank you for joining us on TikTok or YouTube or wherever you are. If you want to keep following us, obviously, we have races on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Division 3 on a Wednesday with us, and then Thursday with Eagle, who the other owner. He streams them, and Friday with me. I'm always here. I've missed like 3 races or something since season 5. Or no, it's like 5 races since season 5, I think. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah. Well, thanks, Cool Kid and Sixtenberg for the nice comments. How do you choose which team people get? It's you basically sign up. You do there's a short quali, 25% race around Barcelona, and then you get placed in a division. And then, I mean, we have a lot of free agent drivers right now, so it's a bit difficult. But we have a lot of, and then the team principals and CEOs can sign free agents. We're coming up to the mid-season transfer window, which is your best chance to, get a seat because people can actually sack their drivers. Is Thursday on the same account? It will be. It was yesterday, streamed as well. If you want to see the VODs, look on Twitch and you'll see all the VODs. And you'll also see the replays. The full replays will be posted on YouTube and the race highlights as well. And there's a few shorts they sometimes post. Yeah, well done, Nico. Good job. But yeah, that's going to be the end of today. Thank you for being here, and see you on Wednesday for Division 3 once again as we move to round 6. Is that Josh Duffy? You can't report an AI, really. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Anyway, take care, everyone, and goodbye.